So, did you watch the Packer game today?
I thought they were tomorrow.
No, that was actually today.
Oh, okay. I did. In bits and pieces. I was enjoying the camaraderie of one of my buddies. We were over having a couple sips. We actually had a spotted cow.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There.
How do you guys get that for? Do you guys like people just bring it back with them, or like are they people delivering it? Like what's happening?
He got it. He lives here in Florida near me. I think he got it from a buddy who took a trip to Wisconsin at some point a few months ago.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always notice people like at Quick Trip, like once in a while, they'll just be like stocking on the back of a truck and like they're not from here. And there was like just like buying all the spotted cow and like
Just
not just,
cases.
but just like certain Wisconsin beers, and you're like, I'm taking this with me.
It's like a heist movie.
It is. I saw someone not that long ago with a pickup truck just full of spotted cow and just in time.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wisconsin
Yeah,
beer.
so we literally had one can of spotted cow apiece, and then couple select more local Florida choices. So it was good, man. Good game. It was a weird game. I don't know what you've gone through and rambled about yet.
actually, not a whole lot. But first of all, my wife is watching. She says we love Tom. He's way too nice to you.
Agreed. I'm gonna hang up now.
That
I'm
was
done being nice.
That was quite enough.
Last few payments haven't come through, Matt. So we need to talk about that off stream here.
Yeah, I forgot to send you out the spotted cow.
We'll take that offline.
No, but I think it was a beautiful game. Randall Cobb, I think you've heard of him. He 2 touchdowns. I think he 96 yards. All the Packer fans were asking like, when's Randall Cobb gonna get his love or whatever? There it is today.
Well, and he kind of showed up. Was it last week or the week before? He kind of showed up, I think, with was it a big first down, or I could be wrong here. Memory's a little fun. You got to understand, when I watch games now, it's kind of, I'm multitasking. I'm like dad. I'm like taking my dogs out. I'm, pouring the next beer. Like I don't know. Didn't he show up for a big play last week?
I'm doing one of those things. Just pouring beer though. But yeah, I think he had like some. But like Packer fans wanted him, like when is he gonna get, a lot of
be like a big part.
Yeah, and not on his fault or whatever, but just when is he gonna get the balls thrown to him? But today he got the opportunities and he took advantage. And he got Aaron Rodgers' 420th touchdown.
Wait, real quick, we got to go back to that. Are you holding an empty koozie? What the fuck's going on?
I just finished my beer. I just wanted to finish my thought.
So you can see more of my hand motions here, folks. I don't know what the hell.
I could back it up a little bit.
Here, I'm gonna set the iPad in my crotch here. Hold on.
Better? I don't know if I like this view because we're so far away.
There we go.
You got to bring it in.
Fuck, this sucks, dude. I'm gonna fucking hang up. You're pissing me off. I got my chapstick in my hand here.
Crabtree, this is a clean show.
Is it?
It's supposed to be, but you never acknowledge it.
Bro, I'll do it. Like, I can do clean if you need clean. You don't tell me what you want. You got to tell me what you want in this relationship, baby.
No, it's fine. No, yeah.
You got to tell me what you like.
It is a clean show.
All right, I apologize. We're going to turn into fudges and shoots and doggone it.
Yeah, just pretend you're under it. No, it's fine. You're good. No one watches anyways. But no, it's today's game is awesome. Are you watching the Brady Bowl at all?
Yeah, I got it on here. I'm gonna flip you around.
All right, so there you go.
I got you right there. There he is. There's the man. There he is.
This is great. So I want to talk about the Packers some more because like I was doing a live stream for this game, but if you're on, we're gonna talk about it, whatever. But were you around like you knew about like the Favre rod? I'm not talking about like their relationship. I'm just talking about like the change of, when Favre came.
Changing of the guard.
Yeah, all that. So like, so I think it's similar, except for Brady. Obviously he won 6 Super Bowls. So to me, Patriot fans, just chill. Like he laughed or whatever. Oh, boo-hoo. He won 6 Super Bowls. He gave you like, I don't know what you want. You know what I mean? Like with Favre, it was different. He gave a Super Bowl, and he brought the Packers back to like goodness. Like before Favre, Packers kind of. It wasn't just Favre. It was Reggie White. It was Mike Holmgren. It was like the whole upper front office did good things. Whatever.
Yeah.
But everyone loved Favre, but then Favre weaseled his ways at a Viking, so it was so much different. Brady didn't go play for the Jets, and bring them to something great. So like to me, it's not the same. It's not even almost the same. But anyways, I like Aaron Rodgers a lot.
He's okay.
I do.
He's all right.
No,
So I was around. All right. So no, I went. I was just letting you. I'm letting you do your thing.
No.
You said it's a clean show, and you've eliminated 3/4 of my vocabulary. So I gotta space it out with a lot of dead silence. That's what's gonna happen here, Matthew. No. So I grew up a big Packers fan. Okay, Browns first and foremost, because I was an Ohio guy, Columbus, Ohio, Browns. Very unfortunate. But luckily, my fallback was, and I think for a lot of kids throughout the country at the time, mid-'90s, late '90s, was the Packers, Favre, Antonio Freeman, Desmond Howard, Brett Favre, Monday Night Football. Yeah. It was like they were it, right? And then the Super Bowl, couple Super Bowls back to back, one win. So it was weird when I got to Green Bay in late December of 2009, November, December of 2009. It was kind of when the whole, obviously Favre was gone, but he was, I want to say at that point, I feel like there was some airplane stuff going on. Like, I don't know. Like the Vikings were picking him up, I think, in 2009. Like that was, he was going to Minnesota, right? And I could be wrong. Someone correct me out there in the chat. I know you're coming through moms. But it was kind of awkward. I was a new guy, and like I didn't poker prior. Like I didn't ask anyone. Like, what's the deal? Like, what's the real vibe? Like, what do people think? Like, blah blah blah. And the sense I got was there was nothing bad to be said about him. It was just kind of an awkward like deal when that was going down. And I think that's what you were hinting at. Like, did I go through any of the transition?
Yeah.
So yeah, yes and no, but also I don't have a lot of juicy morsels or nuggets to share with you, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't think players like have, because like I'm not, but like because a lot of players weren't there like when Favre was playing. Because like but just like Patriot fans, how much love that they have for Brady, like they love this dude. Just like Packers fans love Rodgers now.
Well, I feel like it's come back around, right? Like it felt like a little bit of time, a couple years there, where Favre, it was like nobody wanted to admit in Green Bay because Rodgers was doing so good. Nobody wanted to admit that they still like Favre or something. It was weird. Yeah, well, but now like him and Favre, Rodgers and Favre seem to be on good terms, and like that's awesome. So everybody's like, "Oh, Favre, yay!" Like you did great, like, and he did. So everything seems cool now, which is great, right? Like, yeah, like
I'm cool with Favre now, but like people used to get mad at me because I was the biggest Favre. Like I supported Favre back in the day, like I support Rodgers now, like all in, like I'm fully, completely, like without hesitation. And then, but when Favre went to Minnesota, like he was like dead to me. Like he was like the enemy. He was like the worst person. And I trolled him, not like him literally, but like I talked trash about on my social media. He would get mad, like, you know how much he did for the Packers? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, dude, like, if you're my best friend, you help me out, you help me fix my car, you're there for me all the time. But like, then you do something that straight up stabs me in the back, like I'll clean it up. But like, you just did something really crappy to me.
Yeah.
Well, he helped me fix my car that time. I don't care. Go to hell.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool the one time. Like we'll always have that moment. But you know what? Like right now, you're my mortal enemy.
Yeah, you're my enemy. You play. I used to say it's like if my kids would have been grow up and they would have been athletic, they weren't. One of them was.
I don't know. I don't know. They're pretty. They'll kick your ass.
No, but if they had grown up and then like played for the Cowboys and got drafted by the Bears or something, I'd have been like, I'm not going to be up in the press box wearing like a Bears jersey. Like, yeah, no, I'm a Packer fan. Like I'll take the money, the free gifts and stuff, but like I'm not gonna root for your team. I wouldn't say they're dead to me, but like I wouldn't support you fully.
So what's the vibe tonight? They
booed Brady. coming out.
Wait, they booed him?
Yeah, they booed him pretty heavily, from what I heard. Yeah, I think you should get booed, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
You play for the Bucks after the Packers, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it wasn't your choice, like, you know, the way it went down.
Well, kind of. If we're being honest, we're in the tree of trust with the nest and honesty.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. How did that go down then, real quick?
Well, I mean, it was kind of my choice, but it was kind of a writings on the wall thing. Like, the Packers wanted me back, but kind of for the like bare minimum and like not in like expanded role. Yeah. And that was fine. Like, that might have been the good choice, but the other choice was to go somewhere like, I think it was like Tampa and Philly might have been the other one, for like maybe a more expanded role in the offense and a little bit more money. And the expanded role was what I was more interested in. Like, hey, let me see what I can do. So it was more of a personal choice. If Green Bay had been like, oh no, like more vocal about, we want you back, and like, hey, we want you to be the number 2, like definite number 2 guy, or like whatever, that would have been cool. But it wasn't quite like that. You know, I mean, you know how Green Bay gets. They let guys like Jordy Nelson or who, they let those guys walk. Like, of course they're gonna fucking let me walk. Freaking fudging let me walk.
No, but yeah. but I don't think nobody. You never played at Lambeau Field against the Packers, right?
Yeah. I see where you're going with that. I don't think I ever did. No. The only other time that was kind of close was 2014. I was with New Orleans for on and off for like a month and a half. And Green Bay came down and played when I was technically on the Saints roster in like October of 14. Came down to New Orleans. I want to say Sunday night game. And I was cut. It was either night before, like Saturday night, or Sunday morning. I was cut from the Saints roster. So I didn't even get to go to the game or like be at the stadium, which is insane. So that's kind of a little quirky aside, but no, I never got to experience, like, not that anyone would have given a shit or noticed if I came back to Lambeau in any capacity. They wouldn't have booed me. They're like, oh, who? Oh, that guy. Oh, okay.
The 7th best Crabtree in NFL history. I think they'd have cheered you on.
You're too kind.
But yeah, I think I think Packer fans love Tommy Crabtree. I was talking about you earlier, and I told people, hey, go tweet Tom Crabtree and tell him to come on my live.
Yeah, it's weird. I had nobody come and tweet me. It's weird, Matt. I thought you had a following.
No one is watching.
I'm kidding. I actually did have a few people come over.
Yeah, it wasn't many. It wasn't many. Not many people are watching, but we're having a good time.
They came.
Yeah, see, my wife said she would have noticed if you came. I know Packer fans love Tom Crabtree.
Hey, time out. What's your internet setup there in Ramland?
What do you mean?
You need to get. My buddy's texting me saying like it's freezing for him. I don't know if it's his internet or yours.
I don't know. Mine was earlier though. I don't know.
Are you like Ethernet? Are you hardwired? Please, for the love of God, don't tell me you're on Wi-Fi.
No, I'm hardwired in. I have a cord going. I'm upstairs. I have a cord going through my whole living room to go all the way up to steps, so I can be hardwired in.
Into your AOL router. You're not on dial-up, are you?
Yeah, I have what's that? Escape.
You got the satellite? Are you on HughesNet?
No, I have
satellite.
We just upgraded our internet.
I need that dialed in, dude. Oh shit, my iPad's dying. Hold on, I'm gonna get you hardwired. Speaking of that, just keep talking. Get some filler.
Oh no, yeah, we got B film, was what they call it.
I can't believe Levante David. He just popped up on my screen. I can't believe he's still. What a legend! Just playing at a high level. He was there in Tampa at linebacker when I was there.
Oh really? He's still there. He's still there hanging out.
He's just like he's kind of like a
Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah, or I was gonna say like for defensive side, like a freaking Brandon Urlacher. Except David Levante's way more athletic and better than old Stiffy. Where's the fucking fudging? Here it is. I got it. Don't worry about it. We'll cut that.
I want to bring this in. my wife's tuning in. She says, also those are facts. There's an Ethernet cord going through my entire house.
Oh, I've been there too.
There is through a whole house, through a whole living room, not through the whole kitchen because it kind of goes around the corner, and then upstairs and like all the way up here. But yeah, our internet is not the most fantasticest internet of all internets, but it is what it is.
You're doing that for like a semi-productive, and I say semi just because you have me on the show on occasion. Like it can't be fully productive, but like a productive, actual business venture. I run a whole Ethernet cable through my house on nights where I'm playing video games competitively, and my router is up in my attic, so I run 100-foot Ethernet cable through my house. My children, it's actually a health hazard. Like my children trip and get severely injured on it.
Yeah, we have to like, move ours around because like sometimes like my wife will clean, so she'll like hang it up and then it like hangs off the floor a little bit. People walk through and they're just dropping. A kid, boom. Then I walk through, boom, and she's like, "I'm cleaning, get out of here." So no, but hey, let me ask you about your video game stream because you're a big streamer. Everyone
big
was on Twitch.
Big. I streamed like 8 months ago. It went over well. Had an average of like 3 viewers. Huge gamer.
You know Ben Kurt, right?
Yeah, I was in there. I subbed to him on Twitch the other day.
You guys should stream. You guys should stream.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I'm kind of intimidated. He's way better at video games than me.
I'll play video games with you. I suck, but I'm gonna start streaming pretty quick here.
Okay.
And
on Twitch or where? YouTube? What do you think? YouTube gaming?
Where. I was asking my kid. I think I was thinking about YouTube because Twitch. I don't know anybody. I'm not on Twitch. I think I am, but I don't. Never. I used to stream my podcast, like all these live shows to Twitch.
Yeah.
Like I could stream in all the different places. So like I'll put it to Twitch too, and then I'll gain a following there. Like every show like would get like maybe one view. Like nobody watch on Twitch.
On Twitch?
Yeah, nobody cares about podcasts.
No, we got to get you dialed in. You got to I need you. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up.
Yeah, I definitely got to pump those up. I've been trying.
Something's not right because you should be getting more.
Yeah, you think? Because like
at least 2.
Yeah, like a lot of these podcasts that I do, like you were on them. I'm like Tom Crabtree. And everyone's like, yeah. On Twitch, they don't
what the hell? Wait, who did that? Who went? Who went? The hell?
Kurt is legit. Big shout out to Kurt. No, but I started going on. I started streaming on Twitch. I want to do on YouTube as well. And
how do I share this? How do I get this out there to the masses on Twitter right now? What's a good link? What's a good way to share?
It's it started. Yeah. It's my last. Just go to my Twitter. It's like the last thing that happened that I did.
Well, I don't think I follow. You have a Twitter account? I don't think I'm on.
I'm on the Twitter.
This is awkward.
We got Brady back here slinging passes. All right, that's a completion. Gonna be third short over here for Tommy Brady. But
we are live. Here we go. I'm gonna quote tweet.
If I'd have known you were gonna be on, I'd put you in the title. It got more views that way. People like Tommy. Oh, that's live. That's it, huh? Now people might watch. You think they will? That's probably your game.
Dude, I'm about to give you the crab bump.
They're like, oh, the show is actually going to be all right. We got Tommy Crabtree in the building. You know what I mean?
Crab bump. Crab bump incoming.
Oh, yeah. That is the wrong team. I was saying the wrong team. I'm used to like Brady on a Patriots or whatever. Yeah, but the Patriots got the ball.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody's watching this game anymore. They're watching Tom Crabtree live. All right, so Crabtree, let me ask you this: if you're at at an event, right? You're drinking beers, maybe you're there. You got a couple of friends, maybe a barbecue. The guys are like, "Oh, you used to play. You played football. You're a Super Bowl champion." You're like, "Yeah." What's your go-to story to really razz up a spot? What's that story that never misses that everyone's just like, oh my God, this guy is so awesome. Why is he in every barbecue? What's your go-to story?
So immediately by default, I'm going to go to, if you're talking football related, I'm going to default to the fake field goal against the Bears. Everybody, I mean, it's one of those it's my only dance move, but it's my go-to every time. Like I'm on the floor, I'm tearing that move up, but it's the only one I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the Bears fake field goal. I'm gonna walk you through that whole thing, tell you how stupid Urlacher looked. I'm gonna tell you about the leap, how much beer I got spilled on me, like the whole thing. We're gonna enjoy that. I might throw in a nugget about my my Super Bowl, my one reception for a yard in the Super Bowl, just because. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. Like, who wouldn't want to talk about their catch in the Super Bowl?
I would.
And then a couple things probably off the field I'm going to go to. Doing shots not long after that one reception for a yard, doing shots of tequila at the hotel, the team hotel after the game in Dallas with Johnny Drama from Entourage.
Shut up!
I swear to God.
Okay, stop everything.
I did shot like literally me and him and my buddy Zach from high school, best buddy from high school, like the three of us. It wasn't like a crowd or anything. This is like 2 a.m., like into the night, and it's like my buddy Zach. I'm like, is that fucking Johnny Drama? Who people have said you look like Johnny Drama to me, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I do. But anyways, we said to each other, is that? And he was like by the bar with maybe a friend of his, like by himself, like into the night type of shit. And we go up to him, we're like, at this point, I've won the Super Bowl and I'm hammered as it is. We go up to him. I'm like, well, here we go. Go up to him, and he's all for it. He's like, holy shit. He obviously has no idea who I am. Yeah. He has no idea where he is.
Dude.
We do like 2 or 3 shots tequila, like pretty back to back. And then he's gone. He's gone. He's like, oh, all right, see you guys. Gone. Scurries off, and that's it. Like we're extra hammered, and I got this story. That's it.
Dude, that is the best story. I love Entourage. I'm like a huge Entourage fan.
Great show.
I follow them on Instagram. They have their own podcast. What's it called? Why am I losing it? It's called they have a cool podcast. I'm losing it here.
Who runs it? Is that are the guys from the show on it?
Yeah, the creator of Entourage, who he's in a few episodes, but he's like the creator, and like they have a podcast with him, Johnny Drama, the real person, Eric, E from the show, who has Action Pack Media podcast company. I DM'd him one time and said, "Hey, you should."
Turtle?
No, it's Eric is the manager.
Oh yeah.
Vince's manager, right? So I DM'd him one time. I was like, "Hey, you have a podcast company. You should have me have a podcast." It said "seen," and no response. So I assume that he looked at my Instagram page and he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that." No, they have
oh my God.
They have a great podcast. That's
awesome. I didn't know that.
I watched the video clips, but yeah, Entourage. Those guys are living their best life over there. That is a fantastic story. You did shots with Johnny Drama.
I did, and fudge. You're not gonna let me on the show anymore, man. I'm letting them slip. You're big. You're so big. Remember back in the day, I could come on here and say whatever I want. You're too big now,
dude. Remember, it's funny because you were like my first guest. Like back in the day, you didn't realize it, but you were like the only guest. Like there was times like I would do a podcast like every 2 or 3 weeks, and you were the only guest because I couldn't get no one else to come on, and I wasn't comfortable talking about by myself back then.
So you would just put up with my shenanigans, like, oh, okay.
Like you would be like, hey,
okay, Tom.
And you're like, sure, I'll come on. I can't this week, but maybe next week. I'm like, well, I guess I don't do a podcast this week then. So like you were like most episodes, and I would just skip weeks because I was so horrible. But,
my buddy David, he told me to stop using bad words.
Yeah, David, I agree. I have a sponsor.
So your connection must be good.
Yeah, my connection is good.
He heard that.
Am I doing all right, David?
Fudge.
Yeah. I
agree. So here, hold on real quick. You cut me off a little bit. I was doing story time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't do that again. You're gonna make me mad. You're gonna piss me off a little bit.
Be a better host here. I'm gonna try to be a better host. Here you go.
Here's the other thing to go along with the Super Bowl theme and that whole game. I also will never forget. Literally, it felt like the clock hit 0 on the field, right? it took a while just because of security, and it was at the Cowboys' new stadium, just the way things worked out. It took a while for my wife and my there at the time newborn son to get down to the field to me. Took a while, so I'm like looking for him. I'm waiting, almost getting frustrated. Like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? Come to find out, like, they got held up by security wrongly at one point, her and some of the other wives. Anyways, that's not the story. I don't care that they got held up. Here's the thing. In that whole chaos of trying to find my family, bumped into the most hammered version of Chuck Liddell you've ever seen in your life on the field. Absolutely obliterated. In my opinion, I want to cover my ass here. In my opinion, he seemed, I don't know on what or what, I'm sure he was having a good time at the game and consuming adult beverages or whatever else. He was absolutely obliterated. He gave me a hug. He obviously, much like the Dylan guy from Entourage.
Yeah.
Which Dylan is he?
He's
Kevin or Matt?
No, it's Kevin Dillon.
Kevin. Much like Kevin, he had no clue who I was. He just knew I was a player. That's cool. And that's fine with me. He gave me a hug. Chuck Liddell hammered out of his mind. At the time, he had the mohawk, which I think he still does. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. The mohawk, the whole deal. Hammered. Absolute MC Hammer time. Yep. That was pretty cool. And then probably 20 minutes later, found my wife and son and gave them a hug after Chuck Liddell.
Do you like tell them? It wasn't any point like, dude, do you know what just happened over back here? Or you just like, all right, we'll just put a bookmark in that till later.
It's such an such an awkward exchange, but at the same time, it's also like both parties really don't give a shit because he's super hammered. Yeah. I just won the Super Bowl. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah, you're just like,
oh, you don't know who I am? Really don't care.
Yeah,
like,
you're just
I just touched the Lombardi Trophy 5 minutes ago.
Must be someone. Let's get a hug in here.
Yeah. Oh, it's Chuck Liddell and whoever his guest was at the moment. I don't want to get into too many details, but it was very interesting.
Yeah. That is awesome.
God bless you, Chuck. I love everything Chuck does and has done. I haven't seen him in a while. No new content, but
his episode, he was on Entourage. Was it Chuck Liddell who Johnny Drama got in that fight with in the parking lot? He thought he was being punked. Are you a real Entourage fan, or are you just talking crap?
I watched the whole series, but it's been years.
Remember when Johnny Drama thought he was being punked? It was Chuck Liddell. They're trying to steal a parking spot. Him and Turtle. Johnny thought he was being punked, so he gets out and tries to fight him. And then they're like, "You're not being punked. He's really gonna beat the crap out of you.
He's actually gonna beat your ass." I think I remember that.
And then so that they're at this fight. So then they go. I don't know if it was Chuck Liddell. It might have been some other type of fighter. But then they go in because they're going to a fight. You know,
it's like a boxing match though. It wasn't UFC, was it?
I don't think it was. I don't know if it was UFC. It was some kind of a fight though. And then they go in and then they pull him on stage. And then he's like, "Oh," and he still thinks he's being punked. So he goes on to in the ring, and they're like, "You're not being punked," and then he just like beats the crap out of him. And then it turns out that he was being punked, but they convinced me he wasn't, and he was really gonna fight. And he was like, "No, please, like, get on your knees and tell me you're sorry." And then he like, goes on his knees, like, "I'm so sorry." And then it turned out to be.
I forgot all about that. Maybe I was in the middle. What? Can we go back and look? Was I in an Entourage episode? I didn't realize it. I'm like surrounded by Kevin Dillon and Chuck Liddell. Maybe I was in there.
You might have.
They need some crowd shots.
I want to bring this comment because my wife was at the Super Bowl. Because I was at the game and absolutely obliterated. You want to hear a funny story?
I think it was her. I think actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it was her that was linked to arm in arm with Chuck Liddell. To be honest.
You want to hear a funny story? I will tell this story. Yeah. I haven't told this story that many times. The Patriots are up 7-3. People who are watching.
Brady goes down.
Brady goes down, and you got a little. I don't know what kind of celebration that was. He did this. And he's like, "Yeah." But anyways,
kind of ass.
So the Packers are in the NFC Championship game, right? We're all hanging out. I think we're at my brother-in-law's house. I was so hammered. We're all drunk. You know, we're alcoholics, whatever.
Yeah.
And we're all drunk. We're having a good time. The Packers win. They're going to the Super Bowl. Everybody's high-fiving. Yeah, Packers are going to the Super Bowl. We're all high-fiving, drinking. Let's go in this room and do shots. We're doing all the things. And then my wife's phone rings. And I can't say where she works or how she works, but someone from her work calls her and says, it's nothing weird. It's just a company that doesn't want to be talked about on my show.
They would rather be associated with professional operations.
But so someone from her work, we were home. I don't know where we were. I was drunk that night. But my wife's in the comments here illustrating this story. So
Robert East, I'm drinking bourbon, by the way. I see him in the comments. I see.
So my wife gets a phone call and she says, we're going to the Super Bowl. And I was like, yeah, we are. We're going to the Super Bowl, Packers. She's like, no, we're going to the Super Bowl. And I was like, we're going to the Super Bowl? She's like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. Because, she got a phone call. She got tickets or whatever. And then she's like, oh, wait, no. I'm going to the Super Bowl. You're not going to the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh, that's still fun, though, that I don't get to go. But, thanks for, getting my hopes all up.
You didn't go?
I didn't go. She went with her work. Because she's a Packer fan, and they're like, hey, we got tickets, and she went with her work people. It was good.
Same company? She's still with them?
Yeah, she's still with them.
They take good care of her then.
Oh, yeah. They're doing all right. But, yeah, so I thought...
What if they go this year? What are her chances? Are you going? Okay, no. Let's take a step back. You're bigger than her now.
Oh.
If they go to the Super Bowl, are you going to make it? Where the hell is this thing?
I think I would try. I think maybe I would. I don't know.
The halftime show is Eminem, Dre. Is Snoop on there?
Yeah, Snoop.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
Where is this thing? I gotta go.
Is it Alicia Keys? No, who is it? Who's the female?
Is it Sandra Gray? Is that her name?
No.
Something like that.
It might be Alicia.
Slippy Slappy. Swinson?
No, I don't.
Swanson?
I don't think that's it.
Samsonite.
No, I think it's Alicia Keys. I stand by my guess. Anyone in the comments? Oh, Mary J. Blige. There it is.
Okay.
It's Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
I knew that there was a female. I think it's going to be a good Super Bowl show. I don't usually watch Super Bowl show, and not because I'm like, oh, I'm too cool to watch. Everyone always complains about Super Bowl show. Doesn't matter. But usually I'm getting beer. We're doing things, and this year,
people complained about last year with the weekend. I'm not going to lie. The game was dog doo-doo. Not a good game last year. Halftime, I'll tell you what, I was up out of my seat dancing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because
you don't want to see it, but I was doing it.
I do want to see it. So let's get my wife's point of view on this thing. She said, I'd never go again, not subbing with my family is my only regret in life. Such a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but we would have rather watched it in Green Bay. That was the thing.
Yeah, Michelle. No. Michelle, but if you get to go again, it's twice in a lifetime. It's not that special. Just go again by yourself. Forget your family. It's not that unique of an experience. Just go again. It's not once in a lifetime.
It is, because how often do the Packers, when the Packers go to the Super Bowl, you want to be around people that, in your family, people that
right, like the team and actually playing it like I did.
And me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty awesome. I'm pretty awesome.
Right.
If I get the chance to go without my wife, though, I'd go. And she'd be like, I regretted it, though. I'd be like, yeah, let's see if I do. I don't know.
I feel like I don't know.
That might be.
I don't want to bring this up and drive a wedge between your, in your relationship.
All right.
Does she have more pull than you right now?
No, but she her job. If they say, hey, we got Super Bowl tickets for you. Would she say no, it's me and him or nothing? No, she's like, all right. I didn't know anything about her. I was good with it. I was like, hey, have fun, go at it. I got hammered at a Super Bowl. I don't remember the Super Bowl that vaguely.
Does your wife have a podcast by chance that we could transfer this over to and get more clout or more?
No, she does not have a podcast.
It just feels like she has a lot of pull. She's getting Super Bowl tickets and getting a lot. She's getting a lot of comments. She's getting to comment on this show a lot. Who is she or what is she doing to get all these?
No, because she works for an internet company. That's all I can say. But no, these comments, because she was watching my live stream from the Packer game. People know who she is now. No, she has no pull. She is She's very good. She's good at the stuff she does, but we can't talk.
She's pretty good.
No, yeah, she's good. She's all right.
Don't give her too much credit.
I don't want to be over here, but I don't want to say too many bad things because then she'll.
Because once you shut this stream down tonight,
I know. I'll open.
You're in her world now, Grandma.
There's a door right there. Open and she'll be standing there like, really? That's what you said? That's what you chose?
The door's gonna be cracked. Just.
All right, so
Matthew.
I think we have an injury.
Talked about this.
She's like, what I say? What I say? Oh, okay, yeah. So she says, I'm quite obviously the funny one in the relationship.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and most likely. Yeah, so yeah, we have an injury on the field. So Billy Belichick. What do you think about Billy Belichick, Tom Crabtree?
Man, I go back and forth. I think at one point I had a slim chance to go over there and play or have a workout or something. I don't want to say I don't want to make it seem like I passed on it, but
I'm good, bro. Like, I played for McCarthy,
but I passed on it.
And that's not
it's not the person I am. It's not when I'm not. I'm good. I'm all good with that. I'm all good with that there, Bob.
So you being a player, you talk to other players, right? Like while you're playing in the league, probably still today. But I always hear about like Billy Belichick, like how it is over there, like that it's so serious, like it's so like not fun. Like a lot of players, like we go there to win championships, we don't go there to have fun and have a good time.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard any stories about Bill Belichick? Like, is it different?
I've heard that almost word for word from players and players that I respect and have some experience, not just one-off deals. I've heard that from players with a number of years experience in the league and success with the Patriots, just saying they've had that success, that experience with that team, and have also experienced success and other, whatever number of years with other teams. And it was kind of an eye-opener. Like, this is not – it was not fun, their time in New England. It might have been worth it as far as wins or success on the field, but when it came time to go to another franchise or try a different experience or whatever it may be, I think they to an extent. This is my limited – this is what I know to be true. So they jumped at the chance to go elsewhere.
So what you're saying is like that I was spot on and I'm very good at what I do.
I take everything back that I said if that's what it is. Like, the conclusion we're led to.
You interpreted it. So you watched, you listened to a podcast and you copied what they said, and yes, you were correct.
Yes, exactly. No, and don't get me wrong, everybody's different. Like there's guys that get in this league that are complete psychos. Player-wise, that just eat it up. Whatever Belichick and the Patriots and that program, whatever they're selling, they gobble it up, and that's great. That's fine. But I feel like for a majority of the guys in the league, I can't imagine that's true. And I feel and the reason I say this, I see that it comes from other guys that have had success, a lot of success, maybe more success with other teams, and have just spoken semi-negatively to their experience or their few years with New England and Coach Belichick, and just like it's much more a college kind of feel. Yeah. And hey, what the hell?
They're winning.
They've won a bajillion Super Bowls. Good for them. But you look at Belichick's record and numbers with and without Brady, and you start to wonder: is it because of the program and what is put in place, or is it because of Brady? And I lean heavily towards I'm kind of player mindset, like the players win the games, the Jordan kind of that mentality. Those are the guys that win the championships. Brady, he's going to go. He could have played. Okay, so he's going to end up playing. Fudge. How many years? 30 years.
Yeah, he's when
it's all said and done, probably.
I'll retire.
If he was scattered, if you had in those 30 years put him on 30 franchises, he probably wins Super Bowls for like 16, 17 of them because he's the guy.
Yeah, and the thing,
it's not Belichick.
Patriots. Well, I think Belichick's very good at what he does. I think he's very.
Agreed.
I think he's the best since Lombardi. I won't ever give him the best all time because I think Lombardi, whatever. But I don't think it was just. I think Brady and Belichick together were like fabulous, and not only in that, because once they started winning a little bit,
that guy.
Then yeah, that guy right there.
Winning isn't everything; it's the only thing.
I know where you got that shirt. But no, but like when the Patriots started winning, so then now other players want to go there because like I want to win.
What up, Chad? What up, Chad?
It became college like Randy Moss went there. Everyone wanted to go to play for the Patriots and Tom Brady, not just the Patriots, but Tom Brady. And so I think it got to that little college feel to it. Players would just dip in
for sure.
They play for less, and then you get the ring. Maybe not, but probably if you played it for more than a couple of years, it would bounce out.
So here's a good example, and this is again my small limited. I don't know what the term is. Anyways, I don't care what the term is. My freaking experience. I went to Tampa 2013. Long time. This is a different Tampa than what you're seeing on your telly right now and you saw last season.
Yeah.
This is pre-Tom Brady. We're talking way back when. Yeah. Anyways, head coach was Greg Schiano, who's a big I don't know exactly how this coaching tree looks. Someone could just wreck me online right now if you wanted to correct me. I feel like Greg Schiano, I think he's part of the Belichick, that tree. You talk about coaching trees. I think he's trickled down. He's somewhere in that cornucopia. He's in that coaching tree. So he thought he would go to Tampa and implement maybe a similar system or a similar like mindset, maybe, what have you. And it did not work. And I think that's the same for a number of college kind of mindset coaches. But then when they go back to college, like I think Schiano, he eventually went from Rutgers to like the NFL, back to Rutgers. He went to Ohio State for a little bit, whatever. When they go back to college, they have success again. And I think he's doing okay there again. They're getting their butts kicked a little bit in the Big Ten. Anyways, when I was in Tampa, it didn't work. No, it didn't jive in the locker room with any of the players. I'll tell you that much. So I kind of feel the same way with Belichick. I think he lucked out over all those years with a guy like Brady, an absolute murderer, psycho, like winning is everything, killer. And by the way, like I have all the skills to go along with it at quarterback, the most important position of this team. They work perfectly together. I think if Belichick for all those years had I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but another quarterback all those years, like it wouldn't have ended so well. Belichick's legacy would not have been as good with that college mindset.
I totally agree because, first of all, I want to give a shout to some people who are watching. All right, let's throw one up here. But what up,
Mickey?
When you have a coach like Belichick, who is like what people seem to say is like almost like an army drill sergeant, kind of like serious, no fun. Let's just get that job done. But now when you have a quarterback who buys into it and he's all about it and he's great and he's winning and he's a leader, he's doing all the things, like everyone has to buy into it. Like, hey, I'm buying into it. And then we're going to do this and we're winning. Like what the hell can anyone say? What can a tight end say or a defensive end or whatever? Yeah, we got this all-star face of the franchise quarterback,
right?
Loving it, eating it up, and we're winning. All right, what do we do? We're just gonna keep doing this thing and then try to win some Super Bowls, and then everyone has their fancy rings and they're having a good time. And then they move on, they get paid, and they go to like the Lions and suck. But like, yeah, a lot of those coaches who have that same mentality, like what's his face went to the Lions, did nothing. A lot of these guys move on. They don't do Josh Daniels. He tried to do some stuff, but a lot of them, it just doesn't work. Because I don't know if they have that same facial expression that Bill Belichick has. You have to be able to come out to press conferences, and then they ask you some dumb question, and then you just go, "We're moving on to the Bengals." You got to be able to like have that. Like,
dude, I
love his press conferences.
I don't know. Like, could you imagine being that type of winner? Like having that,
And not enjoying it.
Not that he doesn't enjoy it, but like you let people know you enjoy it.
Yeah, dude.
Like I'm sure he's enjoying it, but when he gets in the press conferences, he's just so like monotone and like no info given.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would
kind of extreme to me.
Remember that, and this is not hate at all against Mike McCarthy. I know that you like Mike McCarthy, he's your coach. I love Mike McCarthy. I don't hate on Mike McCarthy. There's no Mike McCarthy slander happening on this show.
Yeah, watch your mouths.
But like when Mike McCarthy said, I'm a successful head coach, like I love that, first of all, because that's when everyone's kind of slandering him, kind of saying like, well, you should this and that, and they're like saying bad things about him. And he was like, bro, he kind of flexed on him. Like, I feel like Bill Belichick should do that once in a while. Like when they say, like last year when they were losing and any like bad loss, even this year, if he has a bad loss, he should just flex like, bro, like they're like, hey, do you think that maybe you should have went for it on fourth down there, or like whatever? Question him. Like,
imagine he just had like ask him a question, he just pulls a fistful of rings out,
like bro, like, are you questioning me? Like, what are you, a writer? What are you, a writer for what, Bleach Report? What are you writing for? Like, you're not even writing. Like, bro, I won 6 Super Bowls. Confetti fell on my head 6 times, bro. Like, you don't even. That is what I would do. And I feel like Mike McCarthy would be that guy if he won 6 Super Bowls, because he was like, yo, I'm a successful head coach. And people still like post that clip. That they love it. But I think at some point you get sick of people's shit on your head. Like, bro, I won a Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy is a successful head coach. And now the Cowboys are doing all right. I hate the Cowboys.
They're doing really well, man. They look good this year. I was gonna touch on that a little bit.
You want to talk about it?
They look good. I don't want to, but we gotta. Cowboys look pretty damn good. I was thinking it all day watching them, and I think it was last week or the week. I don't know. I've had them a couple times on TV. Oh, Richard Sherman looking different in the 5. My high school number, by the way.
Actually, I didn't. Oh, was it? What position was that? With your offense and defense?
Yeah, little tight end receiver, and then defensive end linebacker on defense.
Well, that's kind of what my older son played. He was tight end at first.
I bet I'd kick his ass. I challenge him right now. No, I'm just kidding. That's
what's
too much.
My son one time, my older boy, he was a tight end, right? He caught a ball. A ball. And like, he wasn't a tight end most of the
field. Do you do a fake field goal against the Bears? Huh? What are we talking about? How good?
He didn't play like any kind of type of skill position normally, but like he was tight end for a little bit, right? They didn't have a lot of kids, so he had to go into offensive line because then he was taller and weighed more, whatever. But for a little bit he was a tight end, and I remember being in the stand and he caught a pass, and he was like caught it, and I jumped up. I was like, "That's my boy!" And he's like running down the field. He's trucking. I'm like, "That's my boy!" And then he didn't see the guy, right? He was all alone. And then one guy came in and bam. And then he fumbled it. The ball was popping out. I just like sat down. I was just like, I don't know who the hell that kid is.
My bad. It was a guy next to him.
Like, that was not my kid. I thought it was. Was that 84? No, that's not my kid.
Oh shit! Thought it was 87. They look the same.
Yeah, after further review, and in fact, is not my kid. No, but like,
no, sorry to hear that. Thoughts and prayers. P's and P's in the chat.
Oh, it's good. So, yeah, but no, the Cowboys are playing well. I hate the Cowboys, but like, I like Dak Prescott. I don't know how you don't cheer for that dude.
I love Dak, man.
Yeah, I do. I like Dak Prescott. I like Mike McCarthy, and that's really that's about it for the Cowboys. For my love, I can't have so much love for that team.
Fudge them.
Hate the rest.
Fudge them. Other than that,
I don't care about the Cowboys, and I enjoy them not being good, even though I like Mike McCarthy. I just can't.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to interject here real quick. I got Chris Godwin in 2 fantasy leagues. I just love seeing him just dinky dunk down the field on the reception. Did yards there? Yeah, but
I was telling people were asking me, who should I get in fantasy? I'm not a fantasy like guy. Whatever.
Chris Godwin.
I was like, dude, Mike McCarthy is the offensive. He's the head coach of the Cowboys. Dak is going to get yards, and the receivers are going to do their thing. I know that. I don't know if Mike McCarthy is calling the plays over there. I think he might not be, but his game plan is like the hell with the running back.
They're going to do They're going to do okay on offense, and especially in the pass game. Obviously, yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy, like, you have a chance to get a Cowboys wide receiver. If you have a Cowboy, like, if you have Ezekiel Elliott,
they got Lamb.
Just don't.
They got Gallup. They got Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper did some shit today.
They got one more. I think they had a guy get hurt too. But even Zeke, he's okay out of the backfield as a receiver, right? I think.
Like this comment.
I'll tell you what, old Bobby East been popping off a little bit at the mouth. You better watch it, Bobby. You're on the Matt Raymond show.
Have you ever
goddamn talent show?
I remember that story you told me. Like when I very first started doing a podcast, Tom Crabtree was on the original podcast before this one I have today, whichever. But
before you got big.
I'm not big now. But remember that story that you told me? I asked you a question. I said,
I get a water. Hold on. No, keep talking. No. Hold on.
No, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna talk. Go. You're not drinking tonight? You're drinking water?
Fuck you. I'm trying to keep up. You gotta do both.
Please show, bro.
If you could see how much my bourbon bottle is down compared to my water bottle tonight, you'd be
you're drinking
a different tune.
Hey, so do you have Charles Woodson whiskey?
I don't. I've never had it.
Do you know Charles Woodson?
No, who's that?
No, I know you know who he is, but you know him, like you know.
You tighten your caps like that? With your tongue? Or no? Just me?
Yeah, you're funny. All right, so we got the Buccaneers kicking a field goal over here. Patriots.
Big. This is big.
That's a 44-yarder.
This game has got me enthralled. 7-3 game in the second quarter. I want to say something not family friendly, but I'm not gonna because this game is about as boring as it gets, folks. I'd rather watch baseball. Anyways, do I know Charles Woodson? Yes, I do. And to go along with that, his bourbon.
Yeah.
How do I get that?
So what I'll do, I want to do a review with you, right? We'll do a similar thing like this, maybe not live, but we'll do a review together. Okay. I'll DM them because I'm in connection with the whiskey company. I don't think Charles Woodson runs it. He has people for that. You know what I mean? And so me and you should try to do a live.
Come on, bud.
I don't know if it's.
You don't think 24? You don't think 24/21's calling the shots?
Oh, I think but I don't think he's answering the DMs. I don't think he's the one DMing me. You think Charles Woodson DM me?
You mean DM him?
Yeah, DM.
Can we text him?
Do you have his number?
No, I actually don't. So I'm gonna need you to DM the bourbon. I'm gonna need you to DM the company. he never let me into his inner circle.
You played with Charles Woodson, didn't you?
I did. I shared many a hot tub with that guy. Not gonna lie, I was in the hot tub.
You can't get some free bourbon.
Don't have his number. Can't get the free bourbon. Nothing.
Does he follow you?
I don't know if he follows me on Twitter, man. I'm all up in his. I'm super fan. Like I'm super fan mode. Like I'm in there. I don't know if he remembers that we were on a team together.
He was like
possible. It's entirely possible and understandable. He has no clue who I am.
So someone will be like, "Hey, Tom Crabtree." Like, Tom who? You're like Tom Crabtree. Like,
that's fine.
Is that the
one?
Would
never fault the guy. I love the shit out of that guy.
Oh, he's good.
I had his college jersey, number 2 for Michigan. I had his white away jersey with the blue 2 outlined in maize. I had it all. I wore it to school in 7th grade. National champs, 1997, 1998.
So
I'm not even.
Huh? You got to do a review for Charles Woodson bourbon. Then.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a super fan. I love Charles.
There we go.
Okay, so I interrupted like I always do. How are we going to do this?
Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I do. Whenever I say something clever on my show, I make a note in my notes the time that
so you have no notes. So you have blank notes.
No. I write notes so I can clip it later. So right now we just said that thing about Charles Woodson. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna make a little video together about me and you doing a live together. I'm gonna take Charles Woodson, take the bourbon, and boom, they're gonna send you some whiskey. We're gonna do a review.
All right, that sounds great. But I didn't know that beforehand, and I feel like I made it sound like he doesn't know who I am.
No, it's already done. No, I won't play that part where he doesn't know who you are.
Oh,
no, I'm smarter than that. And I was like, hey, okay. Tom Crabtree used to play with Charles Woodson, won a Super Bowl, but Charles Woodson probably doesn't know who he is. No, what kind
of? So here's the problem, though. This could get awkward because, like my last year in Green Bay,
he didn't like you.
Wait, his too? Maybe was that 2012? Was that his last year too?
Yeah. I don't remember. I think it was. All that time.
I don't close know. To it. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
My memory is not good, bro.
Anyways, long story short, at one point I had him cornered one-on-one in the hot tub in our underwear, just shooting the stuff, talking shop, talking football, and I go, "Hey, Charles, I'm not sure I've met you. I know I've been here 3 years. My name's Tom. I'm your teammate. And I know you're an absolute legend, future Hall of Famer, Heisman Trophy, national champ, high school champion, defensive player of the year. The list goes on and on. I scored a touchdown against the Bears on a fake field goal once. But anyways, huge fan. I wore, and I think this might have weirded him out. I could be wrong. I hope it didn't because I love the guy. He's a great guy on and off the field. I go, hey, man. This is the first time I said it. It was just me and him, like before, like an hour and a half before a game in the hot tub. Hey, man. Yeah, so like we're small talking. I had your jersey when I was in 6th or 7th grade. I wore it to school a lot. Big fan. I know you played for Lloyd Carr, national champs. That's really cool. Like, tell me more about that. He didn't have a lot to say, which is fine. Like, he's a very kind of soft-spoken guy. And then I'm just at this point, I'm nervous. Like, I'm rambling on like you do, and I'm trying to provide filler, and I'm like trying to initiate the conversation. Anyway, long story short, I think it got awkward, and I think I made him uncomfortable because he realized he was sitting in a hot tub with a guy that used to wear his college jersey in 6th grade, and it was a lot. It was probably a lot to process.
It's probably a lot of information. So you got up and left.
Yeah. I think he did. I think he actually got up and he's like, all right, man. Yeah, man. No, I know. Yeah. Like almost like trying to say, yeah, no, I get it. Like, yeah, oh yeah, that's cool. And gone. I'm just sitting there in the hot tub like, well, trying to think of ways to tell myself it went well.
Yeah,
okay. That was good. Yeah, I'm glad I finally got that off my chest. I'm your number one fan. And
he's just like, yeah. No, that's a fantastic story. I won't clip that. I won't tag him in it.
You can. I love Charlie. He's great. Everything you hear about the guy on and off the field, great guy.
Well, I'm sure like that there's situations like when you're in a locker room or whatever, like, and there's a lot going on. But like, dude, like there's times like when players talk to me because a lot of players follow me on Instagram, and like I try. No, but I try to talk to him anymore because I feel like sometimes like I'll DM a player and I'll be like, hey, good game, or sometimes I just get drafted or whatever. They just come to the Packers and I'll tweet them or I'll DM them on Instagram, and then they'll talk to me and they're like, oh, okay, thanks a lot. And then I'll say something else, and then they'll see like, yeah, we're not friends, bro. We're just like like stop talking. They don't say it, but it's just like they disappear. I'm like, oh, okay. And that's kind of how it was with you.
Hey, you gotta shoot your shot, bro. You gotta shoot your shot. That's how I felt.
Like when my
skivvies, Charles Woodson 101 in the hot tub. I'm like, this is it, boys. I don't know what boys I was talking to. That sounds awful.
No, but like when I first started talking to you, and I was trying to get you on Madden and all that, then I was like, my son's like, I'm gonna do a book report on Tom Crabtree. Like, yo, he's my guy. I got you.
We did that, right? Like I answered questions and everything. That was cool.
Answered question. I think he got an A on that.
Now he's 21, and we're just like pounding beers together off stream.
Next time you're in Green Bay, we should definitely do that. You actually met him. We were at that radio show that that you did.
Don't say it like I don't know that I met him. Why did you say you actually met him? Like I'm some kind of like blindfolded like zombie man. Like I don't know I met him. I know I met your son in person. God, I can't wait to see you again in person. I'm gonna fight you. I don't know if shooting your shot in a hot tub is a good thing. Hey, it's tell you what, wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
It didn't go bad, but no, but like yeah, but I'll say this because I've had a lot of people tell me, like radio show people who TV shows small time in Green Bay.
So nobody with any credibility. Go ahead.
But like smaller radio shows, smaller TV shows. I've
people with even less credibility than no credibility. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, if you come to the show, I got you hooked up, VIP, all this. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, for sure. So I'll go to the show, and whenever I go there, I'm like, yo, I got good seats. I got
bro.
This person invited me, and they're always like, yeah, that person invites a lot of people. They just want people to show up. So like, you can just stand back there against the wall. I'm like,
so you can get the hell out of here.
So Clubhouse Live, right? Tommy Crabtree says, hey, I got you set up. We're gonna get you VIP seats, all that. And so I was like, all right, we'll see. I even told my son before, I was like, a lot of people tell me they got VIP. We're probably gonna stand by the bar and like we won't see nothing. We get there and I was like, hey, Tom Crabtree, you came over, talked to us, and like, yo, what's up? We got you set up right. Like it was like the best seat in the house. I mean, there was like a row of like first row type of.
It was better in my seat. I couldn't see me as well as you guys saw me.
It was perfect. It was great seats. I was like, Tommy Crabtree came through with the hookup. After the show, I was going to talk to you, but you were just getting surrounded by fans. They were chanting, Tommy. They picked you up. They carried you off. I was like, we ain't going to see that guy again. No, but
they grabbed my butt. Yeah, I think it was you.
No, we actually talked after the show too. Did some pitches.
We did. We had a couple drinks after the show.
Yeah.
Man, I'm always going to take care of the real ones. I always do.
I
got a tight group. I'll be honest.
Here's what we should do.
I don't have time. I don't have the patience for a lot of people. I don't have the brain capacity, to be honest. Like the bandwidth, my brain is very limited.
I'm very not that.
I got like 9 friends. That's it.
I don't even have that many. I mean, I count you as one. So can I count you as one?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I got one. No, but Aaron Rodgers is your friend, right? He mentioned you.
He is a gentleman and a scholar. Yes, he is my friend.
Yeah, so I don't want to talk about that. But one day, maybe me, you, and him, we have a chat.
You got to get him on here, man.
Yeah, I'm sure
post game. I'm talking like post game, like fresh off, like a game like tonight, just a good win.
And then
maybe we put that stipulation in, like, dude, let's make it after like a comfortable win. Like you just come on, you just you're back at the house already. You're sipping a little glass of scotch, whatever you do.
Fingers, right? The 4 fingers.
Yeah, like just come on, just enjoy it. We know you got Tuesday with Pat. We get it, but
let me.
I need Sunday, a little Sunday fun day with old Matterooney, old Matt Skis.
That's what we do. After Aaron Rodgers and the Packers like beat up on the Bears or something, right? Yeah. Easy win. His hamstrings didn't even get worn out. He barely has to stretch that week because he just stomped them. It's just over. He didn't even didn't have to roll out. Maybe David Bakhtiari's back. He's feeling good. Everyone's happy. He's just slinging it. And Sunday night, Tommy Crabtree, Matt Ramage, a little Aaron Rodgers action. Drinking some bourbon. I'll drink some Woodson whiskey. Rodgers will drink his 4 fingers of scotch. You'll drink whatever you drink. And then, Pat McAfee.
Unicorn piss.
Pat McAfee will just be watching. Like, I only going to talk to him on Tuesdays. No, Sunday night.
We'll line him up. Nah, we got to get double feature. We'll get him on here Sunday and Monday, okay? Yeah. Forget Pat. Right?
I love Pat McAfee.
Wait, so back to the Woodson whiskey review. How are we doing that? Can we do that?
Yeah, we definitely can do that.
How do I get the whiskey? How do I review it? I can't drink the gosh doggone thing.
I will actually DM Woodson whiskey because you know they know who I am. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But, we'll do it. We could actually do it live, or we could do it pre-recorded and just post it on our stuff.
I feel like you're feeling more comfortable with pre-recorded with me.
No, I'm good with live. We're live right now.
Are they okay with potty words, or I'll let you sort that out because
yeah, we'll figure that out.
That's probably important to the brand.
Yeah, it is.
Son of a gun.
I think I'm farting right now. I hope my mic isn't picking that up.
Nice. I hope it does. I want to hear that. I want to hear what you're dealing with. You have some baby.
Yes,
help me.
She'll buy some whiskey.
Hey, my buddy David wants to know how. So we enjoyed the spotted cow we had earlier. How can we get more of that? Before I throw up in my mouth.
You can come to Wisconsin and get it. Maybe I could ship you some though. Am I frozen? People are saying.
What the hell? They are? I hope you're frozen.
No, I don't know if I am frozen. I think she's just making fun of me, saying I hope I am. And Corey Benke. You know Corey Benke, right? Oh, Crabtree. Yeah, Corey. I went to Benke's house. I did a review with Corey Benke on the old fashions.
That was great.
Have you ever done
Woodson came out on top. His whiskey.
Yeah. I voted his number one because I like it. They were all very good, but they're all old fashioned, so they're all similar. But I thought Woodson's was the best tasting one. Then they got mad at me because I rated Curly's number 3. I was like, I don't know what the hell you even did with it. Like, I don't.
Motherfucker, this ain't tic-tac-toe. This ain't feel goods, tiddlywinks.
Yeah,
this is bourbon rating.
Yeah, you asked me to rank it. I ranked it how I thought.
This, I'll tell you what, this participation trophy, this generation that I admit I'm a part of has gone too far. Folks, not everybody can win everything. I hate to tell you that. That's the way it goes. You know, if Curly Lambeau's whiskey sucks, it sucks.
I don't think it was his whiskey.
God bless him, but everything else is great about him, but his whiskey sucks.
Yeah, I don't know sure he has whiskey. I think it was just some
contraption. Son of a bitch.
But Corey Benke's house. Have you ever been in Corey Benke's house?
I've been in Corey Benke's house. You know who you're talking to? Dropping you down in my pants, my nether regions here. What the hell? Dude, my producer is screwing up. Eric, get this right. You're pissing me off, bro. No.
Yeah, producer.
No, it's the last time I'm going to tell you with the camera. All right? All right, he's good now.
Yeah. So,
no, enough. I'm live right now with him. Stop. Go ahead.
I'm trying to run a professional show here. So you tell your guy to get his act together, or I will never have you on again.
Yeah. Did you hear that? No, I know you got that. You got my other AirPod. No, I'm not buying another set. I'm not going to wear both and then pay for. If we each have one, we can hear the same thing. No, calm down. I don't want to do this right now. We're on air.
We're trying to put on a live show. You know what I mean?
Insane.
Is that
who the hell is this guy? Get out.
What's his name?
Go. It's Eric.
Eric.
Get the fuck out.
Is this it right here? Is this the guy?
Where is he? That's it. Oh, it's epic. No, that's epic. I'm talking to Eric.
Eric. All right. Oh no, that's epic.
Open the door. Do it quietly. Quietly. Close it quietly. We can hear you. Thank you. Jesus. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, we got someone that you might know here. Robert said, pretty sure we played Tom in high school in my sophomore year. Okay, let me ask you this, Robert. Let's verify this, Tommy. How old are you, Robert? Let's find out if we're onto something here.
Now you're giving him time to Google it. And I mean, just off the bat here, I don't recognize your goddamn name, so I'm like, you must not have made an impression.
Sounds like there is a job opening at Tom's house. I want to be a producer.
Eric's gone. He turned in his notice and everything.
You're yelling at me about this dude's show?
Leave your AirPod. AirPod. David says, leave your AirPod on the table. No shit. Wait, he took it?
Took your AirPod. Hey, Trish, you're kicking off over here. This game is 7-6.
What a game, right? Like Brady's return to
if you didn't join me,
Foxborough.
I might have just shut it off. I might have just said, "Screw it, I'm going to bed, drink beer in my basement." Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
what a fun 7-6 game in a rainy Foxborough. A bunch of players I've never heard of and don't care about. Fantastic
this
experience.
game was so hyped too. This game was. I mean, it might end heroically or whatever. I haven't really been paying attention. Belichick needs to tackle Fortnite better. Well, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But
wait, Robert, where'd you play? Where'd you play, Robert? So he's a couple years younger than me. Where'd you play?
All right, he said I didn't play. Bench rider over here. Yeah, I didn't play either, Robert. I wasn't even good enough to ride a bench. They just told me to leave. Let's find out what he said here. Robert said Hayes Valley.
Hayes Valley? Okay.
Oh, we got it. We got a confirmation?
Oh yeah. We played Hayes Valley.
Oh.
I mean, full disclosure, we sucked. My team sucked. I mean, junior and senior year of high school. So obviously, I was good.
Oh yeah, it wasn't your fault.
I was gonna get my numbers and make my plays. But
yeah, you're like,
we probably lost to Hayes Valley at some point.
Just the rest of the team.
Yeah, I'm making plays.
Yeah,
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you stopping by, though. Yeah. Glad you probably got to beat me in high school. That's good.
So, do you apologize for the disrespect you showed him earlier?
No, I never apologize. No,
I regret nothing. No, but shout out to Robert.
I regret nothing, but no, he probably did. He's legit. Now that we have confirmation, if he's pulling Hayes Valley out of his ass, he's probably not. Yeah. He's not BSing.
Yeah, I don't know how you could Google it. Tom Brady throwing it deep, and he's got a man.
AB.
Down to about the 30.
AB, man.
And there's a flag. Whenever something good happens, we can't
bring him back. Yeah, bring him back.
How many times?
This game is so weird.
No, how many times does a flag go against Brady? There's no way it's coming back.
It's gone.
It's coming back. It's coming back.
Lineman hands the face on the D end.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, they've been calling that a lot lately.
The refs are like, hey, we're not gonna go for Brady. Because who do we go for? Brady or the Patriots?
Bro, that's such a bad call. Are you watching the replay?
Yeah.
It's such a doo-doo call.
Well,
he had the guy blocked and it slipped off the shoulder pad onto the face.
Right here.
I don't like that. The guy was blocked and he was not making the play either way.
Underneath. Yeah, he was way up top. And it's kind of like, I get what you're saying there. Now we got to run over here. I have to pee so bad.
Bro, what do you want to do? Are you live the rest of the game, or you want to hop off here? You want to end on a good note on me show my nipple or something? What do you want?
Yeah, I might just end it. I don't think I'm going to watch the rest of this. This game is boring, and then we're going to probably
It really is. I'm going to fall asleep in about 9 minutes.
Yeah.
No, how weird is it seeing guys with single digits, like running backs, defensive ends, number 9?
Amari Rogers, number 8. But he's
weird.
It's not that weird. But Jalen Ramsey, the second best cornerback in the league. He's a single digit number now.
Was he 5?
Yeah, he's number 5.
It's weird. It's so weird.
So for you being a blocker.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about this. Brady talked about it. Rogers talked about it a little bit. But you being a tight end, right? You have to block.
I think so.
So what if there's a single digit? Is that confusing at all to you, or is that more of a quarterback thing when they're yelling, or offensive linemen even when they're yelling out protections? For you, does that screw you up?
I feel like at this point in the season, it's more of a personnel type of conversation. So when you're game planning, it's more of who's who at this point at week 4, week 5. So it's not as big of a deal as maybe week 1, 2, maybe 3, because your guy that's a Jalen Ramsey, who's number 5 or whatever he is, you're going to get to week 4, week 5. There's going to be consistent patterns in that defense, and within that, consistent personnel within those packages and consistent numbers within those consistent packages. Like it's going to funnel down to where, like, the number of the guy, what position he is, what his role in that package or that defense or that front is. I don't think it's as big of an issue. Like right now as maybe weeks 1, 2, maybe 3.
I think actually Aaron Rodgers said almost that to a T. Like,
okay.
Coming into the season, he said at first it'll be an issue, but going into the season, it won't be as big of an issue. And
right.
I don't really understand that much because I've never played. I mean,
because Aaron didn't explain it as well as me, right?
Well, I still don't understand, but
well, because think about it this way: when you come to the line and you identify, so me as a tight end, I got to know who are we identifying as, whether it's the end man on the line of scrimmage, the down guy, or the mic, and then I count over from there who's the next guy, the Will, the Sam, whatever. That's much more apparent and consistent because of the film history we have through 4 weeks.
Oh yeah,
in week 4. Then week 1, where it's like, holy shit, like we're typically used to 51 being the mic here, and now he's 5, so that gives us another couple seconds to like look and think. And the defensive end is number 9, and that's kind of weird. But so that's weird week 1. But then once you get to week 5 and they've shown that consistent history of
you're watching
3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like, okay, we've seen this every week, guys. Number 9's the end man on the line, or 51's the mic, like, or 5's the mic, like whatever it is, we know. So it's set now, and you can go.
When you are playing, how much film do you watch? Like, do you watch just like the last couple games, or like if you're in like week 13, how much film like you're watching like on a defense? Do you see like that whole season? And how much film? Like how much time do you have watched film like to see what you need to see?
That's actually a good question.
I'm really good at podcasting.
No, you are. That's a really good question, because even as a former player, I'm having to think back here. There is a certain amount of time that you dig back and you get film to study. Like, they don't just so say it's week 17, 18 now of this new extended season. They don't just dump 17 weeks of film in your lap and say, good luck. Because the thing is, trends and patterns, personnel, things change over time. So what you see from when you play a team week 3, say we play the Lions, and I'm just pulling this out of my ass. You play the Lions week 3. What if we play the Lions again for the second time week 15? It's going to it's going to be drastically different, not only from a package and personnel standpoint, but from the actual players personnel-wise that are on the field because of injuries, trades, cuts, like whatever it may be, special teams, offense, defense. Yeah. It's going to be drastically different. So I want to say we dig back when you look at like film cuts of like as a team, they can dig back and you can request further back film as far as you want. And you can go back, do film work in your meeting room on your own as far back as you want. They got any and everything. They got it all. You can look at patterns all the way back to week 1 if you're in week 18 in the film room. But I want to say they send you home with and spend time in the film room with cut-ups maybe the last 3 to 5 weeks, call it. So if you're in week 16, 17, we're going to go back to 13.
Yeah, and that actually makes sense.
12.
Because, excuse me. No, but like that makes sense because like I always say like if you play a guy like a team in week 3, you're not the same team even in like week 8. Like teams change. Their identities change. Maybe your running back might get hurt. Maybe your running back pops off and no one got hurt, but you have a young running back that just flourishes. Like, all right, we're going to use this guy more. Like your whole team changes. But
yeah, it can be a lot different, and that's actually it's a really good question.
Are tight ends the best all around players of the game of football?
Honestly, my mind goes to if you're talking about just athletically best athletes in the game, I think tight ends are up there just because of the size and their skill set and what they can do, hand-eye coordination, footwork. Like it's to be a pretty good tight end, you've got to be like a pretty top-tier athlete. And I'm not even BSing because I play tight end.
No,
I think
I
that's just how it is.
Most people say that.
But my number one answer would probably go to, I'd almost go to in this day and age, like an outside linebacker, defensive end type of player.
Yeah.
It almost, those guys almost feel like a tight end and then some to me.
It's Darius Smith, Preston Smith.
Yep. And they're bigger, faster, stronger. That the basic things you look for in a like when you're asking that question of who's the best athlete or best player, I think it's those guys.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. I agree, but you know what I mean? I have no knowledge. There's no reason for me to agree. Like I never.
No, I think you have plenty of knowledge. You've interviewed me 19 times at this point. Like I think you know that I'm not.
But you know what? I'm not asking you the same stuff over and over again. I'm asking you new stuff.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
It is always fantastic to talk to you. I'm glad that you take the time to talk to me. I feel like we become friends. I told someone one time that we're friends, and they said no, we're not. They said I was at work, and I was like,
I was about to use some potty words for that person. No, we're friends, brother.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I was like, because we were talking about Tom Crabtree comes to my show sometimes, and then I was like, he's a friend of mine. They're like, I don't know if he's your friend. I'm like, you think he comes to my show? What do you think I'm paying him? I work at
that guy's whoever that guy is, he's not a friend. Tell him to shut his damn mouth.
I was like, yeah, Tom Crabtree's I consider your friend. So do you plan on coming to Green Bay at all this year to come to a game? And if you do, you're gonna get those wicked sick passes up top, and am I gonna be with you? Is what I want to know because now we are friends. I mean,
dude, it's gonna be. I'll tell you what. If I make it happen, I'm gonna have multiple. I'm gonna have a smorgasbord of VIPs along my hip. I'm gonna have my son. I'm gonna have you, buddy Tony, buddy David, buddy Jack.
So
I've got it lined up and dialed in. I'm thinking if it does happen, I'm tentative. November 28th, mark it against the Rams at Lambeau. How about that game?
That would be fantastic.
How scary is that team?
Well, the Rams are very good at football.
Terrifying, along with the Cowboys.
Yeah,
there's some really good NFC teams.
Where would you put like your top 5 NFC teams? I mean, in no particular order for like me. You got to put the Bucks, even though I don't know the Bucks, dude. They're slacking. But
they're in there though. If we're not putting them in order, that's pretty easy for me. I'm throwing Bucks in that top 5. Packers, obviously. Rams, Cowboys. That's 4. 5.
Are the Cardinals up there? Like I'm
just I was gonna go.
I don't know. I feel like there might be a team that we're forgetting, but
I was gonna go Cardinals or Seahawks because Seahawks are just always they're always a tough team. But who? I don't know that I'm sold on anyone else. Cardinals and or Seahawks are probably my 5th end.
Yeah, I think
top 5.
Yeah, I think the NFC, the Packers had a better chance last year. That's why that last year's team picked me off so much. I think that's how the NFL goes on bad situations.
I'm really worried about
the Rams.
I'm worried about the Rams.
Yeah,
to be completely honest.
Yeah, the Rams are a good football team. We'll see how this season shakes out, but like Matthew Stafford just walked himself into a good situation. He's and I'm not saying that I think he's a key part of it. I think that he's a good quarterback.
No, I know what you mean. It's just a perfect player in the perfect situation.
Like Brady going to the Bucs was perfect. Like Brady didn't stumble upon the Bucs. If people think that Brady did, no, he looked at all the teams and said, "Hey, who is the one team that is the perfect team? So good offensively, they got weapons. Defense, they're already set to go. All they need is a quarterback." He went to the Bucs. But did you see? Remember when Brady said he made that quote and he said, "I was going to go to a team," and at the last minute they said, "We're going to stick with this guy," and he goes, "You're going to stick with that effing guy?" And everyone,
who was that?
Who was he talking about? They just came out and said that was the 49ers. So that was Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to go to the 49ers. And then the 49ers said, "No, we like our guy."
Yeah.
So you think that Jimmy Garoppolo you would keep him instead of going with Brady? You wouldn't trade Jimmy Garoppolo away?
I mean, I don't know how here's the thing where you lose my attention is if you're talking like salary cap stuff, like could they have brought, although I imagine Garoppolo's, they got to be paying him a king's ransom.
Yeah, so I think
could they have brought Brady in for cheaper and somehow made it work and got rid of Garoppolo? Or
it probably would have been the same thing with Brady. Would have been 2 years, $50 million, which is cheaper than Kirk Cousins.
Jesus.
No, actually, it's not. Kirk Cousins got $80 million guaranteed though, so I like to.
He's actually playing okay. As much grief as I give that guy, and he sucks, and I think he's an idiot, 1-3, and I hate him still, and he sucks, but he's playing okay. They're 2-2. They're 2-2.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Yeah. Let's ask Siri.
They're 2-2.
Well, I want to find out because I think they might not be. Let's see. They're 1-3. The Vikings are 1-3, third place in NFC North.
Are they?
Yeah. Vikings suck, bro.
Oh, Bears are 2-2. Bears are 2-2.
Kirk Cousins the Bears are 2-2.
Yeah.
But the Vikings, Kirk Cousins, I hear everyone. Well, if you look at the stat, I love this Viking fans. Look at the stats. Yeah. Kirk Cousins is a really good quarterback. Like, you guys have been telling me for the last 10, 15 years that Rodgers is a stat monster. He doesn't do anything, but
I'll tell you what, for Cousins, it's easy to throw for 900 yards a game when you're down, when you're losing everything.
The same thing like with
stinks.
Yeah. If you're down and you go down 21-7 or 21-0.
Oh, you're chucking that thing.
Yeah, you're slinging it, bro.
40 attempts minimum, just 350 yards minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Vikings, I hate them. I don't like them, Tom. Viking fans.
Right there with you. Why would you?
All right, so let's go to this game. We're gonna end this thing. I know you guys stuff to do. You want to, dude? But our Monday Night Football post game. Was that Sunday? Was it last week we did a post game show?
Last week was an absolute poop show.
We were so lit.
I hardly remember.
People told me
I'm semi-conscious right now. I feel good.
People told
me I'm drinking water. I've got look. Wait, where'd it go? I don't even know where the water went.
No, oh my God. Told me, they said,
"Oh my God, it's right here."
I've never seen Matt have a guest that was drunker than him. What are you drinking?
Right now, I've got I learned from last week. I've got pH balanced water. I'm like, your show last week that I did was life changing. It was I went to a shaman in the desert. I did a retreat last week. I'm healthy now. I'm on the right path, brother.
That was fantastic though. It was I remember I went to work, people were talking about it. Hey,
that's pretty I can hang that one up. There were people that actually said that I was drunker than you last week.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
People said no, people were commenting at the time and said, "Hey, I've never seen Matt have a guest that was drunker than him."
I'll take that to my grave, man. No, but that's an accomplishment for me, right next to the Super Bowl. I got as drunk, if not drunker, than Matt Ramage one night.
Yeah, and people at work were like, "Hey, was that Tom Crabtree?" I was like, "Yeah," because a lot of people at work, they don't care what I do. And they're like, "He was really drunk." I'm like, "Yeah, Super Bowl winners get drunk too sometimes." You know what I mean? And there's nothing to losers that work at cheese factories.
Dude, that was it was such a fun week last week. Fun game, like they needed that win and they delivered, and it was down to the wire. Like I couldn't help myself but indulge a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't know you were that drunk. That's why you agreed so quickly.
I didn't either.
Because I think I was drinking during the show. I did a whole live during the show.
I had no idea, dude. It crept up on me hard.
Because usually I'll text you, I'm doing a show tonight. You want to do it? Whatever the hell. So, and then you don't respond, or you're like a lot later.
Whoa. Wait, I don't what?
It's not usually immediate, like, you know what I mean? Because you're a busy guy, you know what I mean? You'll respond later on, like,
I know.
I can't today, or yeah, let's do it, or maybe next week works better for me, or whatever. You respond in time. Yeah. But like that night, you respond instantly. You're like, yes. And I was like, okay. I was like, when do you want to do it? You're like, right now. And I was like, all right, I have to
down the hatches, Quick Trip. Quick Trip, you're gonna want to remove your sponsorship from this stream.
Yeah. So like I was talking to, I think, my wife or whoever I was talking to. I was like, I guess I'm going live right now. Because usually I wait, like, give me like a half-hour break. Let me use the bathroom.
Matt, you've got 4 missed calls from Tom in the last 30 seconds. You're gonna want to answer.
That was fun.
That was fun, dude. It was such a great. It was just like, for me, I still my only connection, like direct connection to the team is, and we can cut this off real quick, is Aaron and Mason, and just the way that game ended with both of them playing such a big role and getting the win, primetime TV, road game. Like, I was like,
awesome.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
So like
for the boys,
like like you have a friendship with Aaron. So like when I'm friends with someone, which I'm sure the same with most people, like you want to see them win. You want to see them do well. So like, when like you see Rodgers, and you see Mason Crosby and the guys that you might have known from the other teams that you played for a little bit. But like when you see Rodgers like go down the field and you see them like just do good, you just be like, are you just like in your living room, like, yes, like you just rooting for him, because like not even as a Packer fan of any sorts, but just like you just want your guy, like a guy, a guy who is in the locker room, a guy who probably helped you a lot in your career, did some stuff for you, and like just like to see this dude do so good, and you're just so jacked for him.
Yeah, absolutely. When I see those guys like do well, like with his fist pump on that last play where they spiked it.
Yeah,
I think I was doing the same thing in my freaking office here. I was like that's it. Like I was feeling what he was feeling. I was pumped for him, but at the same time, I was like, Mason is going to come in there. I did the live thing on Facebook, and I don't think I actually went live. Like it was kind of a hammered situation, and like, but I recorded myself live, like as it was happening in real time, and I was like, Mason is going to hit this. Garoppolo, you suck. Like, that's how I felt, and I think that's how Aaron felt in that moment. Like the fist pump, like spike the ball, like he knew Mason was going to hit it. I knew it. Like, I was so pumped, and then it went through the uprights, game over. Like, I was so pumped for those guys. Like, because they're great. Here's the thing. They're great people off the field and obviously on the field. Like, it's the whole package. Like, it's the whole reality show deal. Like, I feel like I got a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at, like, how good these guys really are on and off the field, and I love to see them do well. We all get caught up in our own shit so much lately. I think it's hard for us to take a step back and just root for other people.
Yeah.
Like, I know I just like rooting for those guys, and I'm trying to get better about rooting for other people in my life, like friends, family, like football player, whoever the hell it is, just root for people. Yeah. And to see that, dude, I went nuts on that live. Yeah. Go back and look a week ago. I was losing my shit.
I'm actually going to check that out. No, because that's why I asked that question. Is like, and not just them like as a football player or whatever, but like as your friend, because Aaron Rodgers, like I'm sure, like I say, I'm sure he helped you. You've helped him, and locker room, like you guys are friendly. and all that. Like Mason. Like when you're in a football team, like I don't know nothing about being a football team because like, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not really that athletic. You know what I mean? But like
enough. You know enough.
No, but like
don't get caught up in that mindset either, because I played for plenty of brilliant coaches who never actually stepped foot on the field.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up on that.
No, like
give yourself more credit.
No, because I have friends who are like content creators, people who make live videos that do the same stuff I do, and like when they have a cool guest, I get jacked up for them. Like, dude, that's awesome. Like they got this player.
Hype them up, man.
Yeah, or they got that, or they did this or that.
We all succeed, man. If y'all root for each other and hype each other up, man.
Yeah,
it's shit.
All good.
It doesn't do anything for me to do the live video I did. Like I don't think it does. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for hyping that guy up. Like I almost am more like in the doubters' faces. Like that's my motivation. The doubters for another guy. Like I don't give a shit about me. It's not hyping me up or like I got nothing to prove. I don't play football anymore, so it's like root for your guys, root for other people in your field, like hype each other up, your family, your friends. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I don't know how we got here, but I feel like we're ending on a good note right now, Ramage.
We're deep. So let's just give a little fist pump, because I see people commenting about that Aaron Rodgers fist pump, because I saw McAfee talk about it. When Aaron Rodgers did that whole spike, they're going for the field goal, and he did it. Like he's celebrating that win before it happened.
It's over.
Oh, it's Crosby. Like I did my job. Now you're gonna come do your job, and I have no doubt in my mind that you're gonna do that job successful. Like Crosby, so that's got to make Crosby feel good. Like he's like, I'm coming in. This guy is confident in me. Obviously, I'm confident in myself. I'm freaking Mason Crosby. So like, there's no doubt. It's not like Rodgers come out the field like, don't screw this thing up, bro. Like that's how if Kirk Cousins goes on the field and gets and spikes the ball and his kicker comes out there, you know Kirk Cousins isn't doing that. He's not. No. He's like, bro.
No.
I know you're new to this team because they cut our kickers every 3 weeks because they suck. You just not screw this one up. That's what's happened. Like I've never done something at my job so good that everyone that came before me, like the third shift or whatever, they're so confident. No, he's got it. No, they're not. Yeah. Like all right, Matt's here now. All right, everything's gonna go to hell. No, but I think it's a beautiful thing how Rodgers is so confident. Mason Crosby,
that's huge.
He's fantastic. People are talking about putting him in the Ring of Honor. People are talking about like all types of stuff. Mason Crosby, most points scored in Packers history.
Give it all to him. He deserves it.
Mr. Gray Hair. Anyways, we got Tommy Crabtree in the building. I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you, but hey, we're gonna have you come on. I'm gonna talk to Woodson's whiskey people.
Let's figure it out, man. I'm gonna do a Woodson whiskey review.
I'll have them contact you, so you don't have to give me your address because nobody wants me having their address.
I'll give you my address. Come on.
No, but I'll have them contact you anyway, so you guys can figure out the stuff. And they're all about giving people whiskey if they're gonna promote their stuff. But I love Woodson whiskey. It's good stuff. Anyways, appreciate you tuning in. I'm just gonna end this thing because I have to really pee right now, and this game's almost over anyway.
But after it, brother. Appreciate you as always.
Appreciate you, Tommy Crabtree.
Later, guys.
Peace out.